Hello and welcome to Software Inc. My name is Jay Stank. This will be a pilot episode of Software Inc. For a couple reasons. Number one, I need to figure out a good way to record Software Inc. And number two, I want to see if anybody is actually interested in watching a playthrough of Software Inc. Software Inc. is a game that is a tycoon game that you build a software company starting in 1985. It is an excellent game, but first thing that you need to do, or maybe the first thing that you recognize about the game, is that the graphics are awesome. Okay, maybe the graphics aren't that awesome, but hey, first of all, they're better than the last alpha, but um, that's not the beauty of this game. The beauty of this game is in the complexity, in the building simulation, and the business simulation that the game provides, which is pretty awesome actually. So we're going to go ahead and create a character and think, just trying to see what kind of a character I want. I think that we will have someone that looks like maybe this, except for no glasses, hair that is more grayish, a beard, whoops, hair that is more grayish. Hmm. That looks good. Apply. A beard that is a little bit lighter. Okay. A torso that has a black shirt and legs that have a black but not too black. Maybe a little bit lighter. And the torso should be more like the same color as the shirt. And shoes. Of course, shoes. That would be under legs and shoes. And I think that looks good. So this is our person. He will be named Ghost, and we will be Ghost Space Ghost. And that's our company name. It is going to be Space Ghost. Our founder name is Ghost. And do we want glasses? I guess no. We can mess with the different features of the face as well. It slightly changes his face, but this is probably the last time you'll look at this character up close unless I actually go in and zoom in on him. So it really doesn't matter that much. But he does have a unique appearance, and that's what I want, so I can pick him out from a crowd. We are going to be starting in 1980. We'll go ahead and start in the city. And we're going to keep it on medium because I've play tested hard, and the game is just not very well paced for a playthrough on hard. It is paced pretty well for a medium difficulty, and the game is best paced one day, so we'll leave those out. The other thing you can do is change your skills, and the common thing to do with this is to max out your programming, design skills, have a little bit of art, but you don't really need leadership or marketing right off the bat. So let's start the game. So here we are in our city, and as you can see, there are already buildings nearby. But the first time that I tried this, I didn't actually really want to play on a city because I didn't want to be restricted in my building. But what I learned is that if you expand this way and um, you can build right over the roads and right over the other buildings, and it doesn't really matter. So the only difference to a city is that there is more road access and more parking around your main campus or main office building. So let's look at where we are starting. We are starting in this little tiny plot here, and we have $10,000, and our goal is to build a software company. So let's get started. Well, I think you want to keep it simple in the very first day. So a small room is just fine, and we're going to put a door there and a light. We don't need a light, but I'm going to put a light anyways because we'll need a light later, and they only cost $20. So we'll put a light. The other thing you need is some furniture. Just go like that, and a chair, and the computer. Cool. So that is the starting office building. We could put windows in here, which I think I might put a window on probably this side. But first, temperature. Well, we don't really need temperature right now, but it doesn't cost that much, so we might as well put some temperature. It doesn't really matter. So this is a vent. It has to be linked to the outside, which is kind of unfortunate for the moment, but that's okay. The radiator can go here, and then we will need some windows. So let's put some windows down. I like the large windows myself. Put a large window here, put a large window here, and you can put a large window here as well. Alright, so that is because it's on a wall. I can move. Does that be okay? It can. Be careful with building, because once you actually build something and you delete it, you will not get any money back. So there's that. And just like that. So we have ourselves a little glass box, which we will use to make some money at first, and then eventually we will expand and try to make better and bigger things. Sweet. Okay, so let's get out of the building stage, and well, in this game you develop software, and it is 1985, so there's not a very complicated software available at the moment, and you can make operating systems, game engines, games, office software, and some management systems. So it all depends on the market and what you want to do. And the game auto-generates markets like that. So you can see that we already have some companies that have already started in the tech business. Look at the biggest companies here. We have an operating system called Bot X5, and that has been around since, well, this release was in 1978, so they've at least been around that long, and they have 1 million active users, and their profit on the first operating system was 327,000. So if I wanted to, let's say, build a software, I would say that, let's say I wanted to do a game, and let's say I wanted to do like an RTS. you would have to pick a operating system that your RTS supports. And so you would probably pick the top 3 or 4 operating systems like so. Okay, and then as you can see, I would have to pay $19,000 in licensing costs to use the operating system. Now, if you had an operating system that other companies use, they would pay you that $19,000 or the license cost for your operating system. You also would need dependencies. So if I was going to make a game, I would have to make it on a game engine. And so the best game engine available right now is this game engine called Fast Engine 4. And then you hit OK. And then now you have to pay $20,000 because now you have to pay for the license for the game engine. You can also make your own game engines or other things. So there you go. You would have to do that. And then you could use your own game engine, then you wouldn't have to pay licensing costs. But for now, we're not going to do any of that because we have zero money. We only have $6,000, so we can't afford to do our own anything. We can't afford to do our own stuff. So we will do contracts. Contracts are simple, easy starting applications that you can make to make money. So for instance, this is a clock. Someone wants us to design a clock. And this one, someone else wants us to design a clock. So we should be pretty good at doing clocks because we are good at, if you look at our employees, we are good at doing design, code, and base guild 2D and system. Not so much in audio and not so much in art, but we are built pretty much to be a contract machine. And we will do a few contracts in the beginning to We will do a few contracts in the beginning to get us started, and then after that we'll start hiring employees, and then after the employees, then we'll start to build our entire empire and just make more money. So it's a very fun game, and I really like it a lot, but I'm not sure if anybody would be wanting me to play it, so this will be the pilot episode for this. So let's get started real quick. So hit the space bar and then we start up. And we're going to go ahead and do some contracts. So I'm going to go ahead and accept one contract. So now we just got to wait for the our guy to arrive. There he is. Okay, so at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is what we set our hours to be, Ghost will start programming some software. So here we go. After the you get past the line, that is a minimum amount for the contract, and so we release that, and we gain $8,389 for finishing that contract. It's still not enough money to really get started, so we have to do another contract. And we're not going to stay away from game assets because game assets require 2D art, and we're not very good at art. So let's pick the greatest or the most money we can make off of a contract, and we'll just keep doing them. So there we go, got another contract. Develop that, promote that, and fixing the bugs, release. $10,000 for that, good. Now we have $27,000. Another contract to do. Boy, we were really just banging them out now. Perfect. 37,000 in one day. That's pretty good. I'm gonna do these contracts until we get to about 100,000, and then after that, I'll expand the company. I'll come back, and then we'll expand the company a bit, and then I'll show you the hiring process and whatnot, and then we'll end the episode. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, we're back, and I made $100,000. My office is a little messy, but that's okay. Now I have enough money to hire an artist so I can tackle some contracts that are a little bit more art oriented. So I'm going to go ahead and hire an artist, but for that I'm going to need a desk and another computer, so just build that, and then a computer, and then make it interesting, we'll just move it to the end here. Just like that. Now this is going to be the artist's desk, and so we want a drawing table, and actually we'll have for this desk we're going to have a calculator, and a calculator will help with programming. A drawing pad will help with the artist. So now, since I was having trouble doing the art contracts, I think I could probably hire an artist to help me out. So we're going to go ahead and look for an artist. So an artist here, want him in 2D, and we want to look for everything, and go ahead and in looking. Alright, so this person just stands out right away as his compatibility is amazing, and he has a skill of 87%, which is great. That's the highest compatibility. So let's just grab him. This Reese, Mr. Reese, Armand Reese. Hire you. So Armand Reese should be here tomorrow, and we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to accept 2 contracts now. So we're going to see how that goes. Well, that's not going to be here till tomorrow, but let's see, with 2 people, can we make 2 contracts? Well, let's hire cleaning, or call cleaning rather. Awesome. So we made double the money of last month because we were able to accept 2 contracts instead of 1. Let's try another one real fast. Let's see here. Game assets for 13,000. That sounds like fun. And we'll accept that one as well. See how that goes. Oh, they're going to leave. Definitely taking us a little longer to do that. Hopefully we got, oh, we missed the contract. Definitely 2 guys working on that. Unfortunately, we're a little bit late on those, but we did get some money. We didn't get all the money for that, so maybe just 1 next time. Let's do a few more. Just take the highest one, take the 2-month one. Go ahead and start this now. See how well we can do on one project, just concentrating. On that. Call the cleaning again. And develop. And promote. And release. Okay, that was pretty good. So, we can stay healthy with two guys, which is great. The other thing is, I think maybe this guy might be looking a little agitated because our effectiveness is not so good. And that's probably because he's tired and probably has to go to the bathroom. So the next thing you have to do is expand the office, which you can do. So you, as the founder, do not have needs, but your coworker does have needs. So we need to make sure that those needs are met. So what we need to do is we need to build him some things. For instance, he needs to be able to use the restroom, and he needs to be able to have something to drink and something to eat. So needs, okay. We're going to have a snack machine, put that there, and a coffee table, or we'll have make a coffee machine if he gets tired. So we'll put a nice little table here and put some coffee down. Let's see here, needs is under office, needs. Always go with the biggest one. It doesn't, no use not getting the espresso machine when it only costs $150. It's really not a problem. And then also need some couches so they can sit if they're tired. And it's good. And we'll put a nice little plant. Decoration, a nice little plant here. Possibly. Okay, we need room for temperature, so each room requires those, and not an industrial fan, but a regular vent. This room is a little crowded. Let's move the plant. The plant may not be fitting in our office right now because we need a. Oh, you know what? Let's remove the couch, and then we'll keep the plant there. That'll allow us to put a temperature here. Ah, of course, there needs to be a door. So we will build a door. I like this kind of door. We have to destroy this glass here, unfortunately, but that's fine. And we'll put the glass back. It's not a problem. There we go. And we'll make the outside glass like so. Can't put it over that vent. We'll fix that later, but for now, can't put it over the vent. We'll put a small window for the bathroom window, and then the toilet poop machine 5000 is right there, and a door. So because it's a bathroom, we're going to leave it as a normal door. And just a normal door. Sounds great, and we'll move the poop machine to this side. Awesome. So we have a bathroom, we have an office, and we have a workstation here. So this is the lounge, so make sure that this is set to lounge. This is set to anyone. And that looks pretty good. Now the last thing that we want to do is we think that these colors are kind of generic and ugly, so let's I don't think it's going to matter since we're going with glass walls. Well, some of the walls are going to be here, so let's hold on. Here we go. Just like that. And room construction materials. So what do we want our building to look like? I really don't like that. It doesn't mesh well with the glass, but that's kind of nice. So I think we'll go with the wooden slats here. The interior, let's do that. Since we're going with glass walls, I think that's going to be the best. And for the floor, I think that's going to be nice. And then now we can color it. So colors. The first thing is for the floor. So we definitely want a nice wood color. Oh, that's a nice color there. Maybe a little. I like that color. Can't copy that, but that would be nice to do. Wonder if I can control C it. Not sure if I can do that, but we can try, certainly. The next thing we need is the interior wall color. Change that. And we'll make that a nice green. Maybe a yellow. Maybe a red. No, I don't like red. I think a nice green's good. Then the exterior wall. That a nice wood color. Then hit apply. And then we can make this the default room colors. Site building floor. Okay, wait, hold on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, reset the default style, and then site building floor. And unify style, right? Nope. That didn't work. So let's try that again. Okay, let's just select the whole building. Silly me. Okay, room construction materials. It's going to be that. Okay. Interior was this. The floor was this. And then the colors were, floor was kind of a yellowish color, sort of. The interior was like tealish, I think. And the exterior was I don't like that. Kind of like that wood color of the floor. Let's see, what color was that? I wonder if I can do Control C, Control V on the exterior. Yep, yes you can. Okay. Maybe make the exterior just a little bit darker. Okay. Still looks okay. We can always change it later. Something else. We don't like that, but I think that's fine. So again, what I don't like about this is the windows and the fact that we have to keep a non-window area for that, but I think that once we get central cooling and heating, that will no longer be a problem, and we can delete these. So that takes care of the design portion. So that should be all for the pilot episode of this Software Inc. If you want to see me play the rest or a full game of Software Inc., let me know in the comments. And well, until next time, I'll see you guys.